Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. So it's fine. It's the right way. You have your phone to look on it to see how it presses. Yes, it live. Okay. Hi, folks. Rotate the device back. Let me look where it look. Right. Hi. Yeah, I'm not able to see. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Welcome, welcome. I aren't to see. Oh wait. I can't see. Why is this thing? Should I close it so? We should cancel. So why does it? Hi Alicia. We're trying to figure out this thing upon that something here. Say go back. I don't want to stop streaming. I just want this thing to come off of the screen. This. Hey folks, welcome aboard. Turn up. This side. Alright, so y'all asked and we tried to deliver, so we're live. Thank you all for joining. A KC live, so we just go share it up and turn it down and then we get the party started. You turn it down. Oh, that thing is here. How you turn this thing down? You turn on already. Oh. Okay. Alright, so you can go ahead. It's just so far away. I'm not used to it being so far. Right. Perhaps a little down. Right. Yeah. So you can use this for look if you want. Yes, if you can see the comments on there. Right. So I can see it. Okay. Alright, welcome, welcome one and all. I'm seeing 5 persons on the live and 2 likes. You know how to do this thing now, to tap the screen twice or to use the thumbs up feature. So if you could be so kind to do that for us. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you taking the time out to join us this evening. I know a lot of persons have asked for us to go on a live together. We did it once by default. Yeah. But actually doing it now. No, right. So when you come in, please remember to tap the screen twice. And Cassie. Yes, hi Cassie. I'm going to look on the chat soon. For persons who are here and is not familiar with us, I am KC. I do inspirational lessons daily, and I also speak about my weight loss journey. To date, I've lost 32 pounds, and with me this evening is VC. Hi, it's V. Let's vibe. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you. Destination is ready to connect with you. Yes, oh, okay. We're here for it. Thank you so much for joining. Please remember to tap the screen when you come on in. All right, so the intention is to stay here for an hour and just for you to learn a little bit more about us. and for us to do, just some small activities. So we're not going to wait too long, just going to go right at it. And for persons in the chat, this segment you can do it. I want to see the screen going up,
Hi, Janelle.
And okay, hi Janelle. I'm just looking. You control that part.
I can't see it.
Right. So see, she come give me a ring light, and a ring light that affect my eyes.
Hi, Sheldon.
We
Good
know
to see you.
Sheldon.
Yeah. Thanks for popping in.
Remember to tap the screen or to use the
like button.
The like button on your device. All right. So persons can participate in this on the or in the chat. Right. So we have 10 questions, and VC is not going to look at me when I do this. I believe I know this is something that usually happens. I don't get to enjoy any activity because I'm the one who's always planning the activities.
Okay.
So even like with Pixie and all, persons say, oh, it's my Pixie and all of that, and oh, poor KC, she don't enjoy anything because I know everybody business. So, all right, so this is You Tell Me, this segment, You Tell Me. All right, ready? And you're ready on the chat? Say ready on the chat. Let me see. If you're ready, just say ready. All right. So it's the lead.
Little bit.
Okay.
Ready.
All right.
Let's see what's going on here.
All right. Remember, guys, when you come on in to tap the screen twice, I believe, to like the live and also to use the like feature. All right. So, who eats the most?
We feel answer? Or them answer? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so that's
the answer.
So this is how it's going to go. We ask and you're going to write, what? All right. All right, they know this, Janelle. I think they know, but perhaps not the spelling, but yeah. So yes, is it me?
Yes, I would think so. I like to eat, like I like to sample different foods, but I don't think I eat as much as you do.
Yeah, well, I'm learning about myself. Janelle say yes. All right. Who sleeps the most?
Let's see who do you think sleeps the most?
Who do you think? Yeah, because who do you think? All right.
Answer VC. Let's see if we have any other comments.
VC. All right. I'm not seeing any more. VCV. KC. All right. CK. We CK. Wow. So who get the most?
You got the most votes. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, who sleeps the most is not KC. Is VC.
No, I think currently it's you. But I guess both. But I have a history. Like in the past, trust me, I don't think nobody could have sleep like me. Like I was the sleeping queen. I could set a record and break back the record for sleeping. But no, not so much. So I think it's probably like a balance now.
I admit, recently I've been sleeping like crazy. So I can take that too. Yes. So thank you guys for pushing me out there. Every minute that I sleep, because I really don't have anything to do but to sleep, All right, who talks the most?
I wonder easy. I'm not even going to look up.
Yeah, who talks the most?
I'm not even going to look up.
You look sleeping. Lucy, get out of here. Get out. Who talks the most? VC.
Who Who else? Let's hear the votes.
Who talks the most? VC.
One VC, one KC.
Oh, wow.
Another VC coming in.
VC. Yes. It's watching the time. So we have 2 VC, 1 KC, and it is in
I guess, yes. It's definitely VC that talks the most.
Yes.
Who's this? Destiny Shaper?
Welcome, Destiny Shaper.
Yes. Definitely me.
Yeah, definitely VC. Alright, so who is more likely to get in trouble? Of any sort.
Let us see. Let us hear this. This should be interesting.
Who is more likely to get in trouble?
None. I think that's a good answer. Good answer.
Yes. None. Absolutely. Let's see. I know one is rooting for anybody.
Somebody said VC. VC. What's here? Everybody has a VC.
Because she talked the most. No, because she talked the most. Yeah. VC. Well, none.
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
Yeah. Who is more affectionate?
This is an interesting one. Let's hear the feedback.
Who you think is more affectionate?
KC. We have one KC.
One KC. Come on, guys.
The one who talks, definitely.
VC. Jago say KC. KC. KC.
Oh, okay.
These people. Oh, okay. I should ask a follow-up question for this. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people.
VC.
I think it's KC for the win here.
Yeah. I think.
See that everybody.
Yeah. Well, you. I believe.
Yeah.
Both of us, but to an extent, I extend that more. That's just naturally.
Yeah.
All right. Who is more spontaneous?
Let's see.
Who is more spontaneous? Yes, at this time. Come on, guys. KC.
KC. Watch out. Everybody has a
KC.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here.
VC. Who is more spontaneous? VC. Okay, so is this a tie? VC.
Hi.
Hello.
Morgan. Hi, thanks for joining us.
We're just doing a little icebreaker, Morgan, and you guys getting to know us by answering the questions that we're asking. Hi, welcome. Hope you all had a good day, and we'll have a laughing moment with us tonight, and a connection.
Yes. So feel free to get to know each other, connect in the chat. So if you've not met them before, feel free to connect in the chat.
Okay, so who is more spontaneous? I don't think, to some extent, but I believe VC is more spontaneous.
Really?
Yes. Like to do things, you see what she does on her channel and all.
I guess.
But for KC, if you say, KC, come let us do this now. At the minute, we're going to say, show me camera there, and just go and sleep. It depends.
Oh, I know, right? It's the real. Who is the fighter? Hope. Oh, that's not a question. Well, I don't know. She have a question then, so let's see.
Yes, you can ask your questions too.
She said, "Who's the fighter?"
I
don't think. Well, let's see. Let us see.
Yes, what do you think? Maybe in my younger days, I used to get more trouble and that. So Perhaps then I would say I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
into
yeah,
more
yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
I used to get into a lot of trouble then. I run for rescue and ball. I don't want to get no lick.
But it's funny
But
because we used to get in trouble for different things. I used to be quite clumsy. I'm gonna mash up everything. I left my lunch stuff at my school. It was yeah. I broke stuff. I run up and down all over the place. So I guess it was more trouble. Yes.
mm,
I lost my bag. I think if my brother is on here, he'll remember. So we stopped at Barnet Oval, I think it was. Them time they were in a primary school playing some game. And next thing you know, I put my bag at the top of the hill. When I go back at the top of the hill, no bag. But luckily for me, there was a good Samaritan, yeah? A good Samaritan who brought the bag to the school the next day because I guess they saw that I went to the primary school that I went to, so they brought it back to school.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's interesting to see the changes in life.
Yeah.
Like who we were then is not who we are now.
Yeah.
Praise
Thank
be
God
to
for
God.
growth.
Yes, indeed. All right, who is more? Is this the thing fashionable?
Let me hear this one. I'm waiting to hear this one, boy. Let's see what you all think.
Who is more fashionable?
Wait, tell me there.
VC.
Please hear what I'm going to say. Make the votes them come in.
Okay.
KC wants KC wants a VC.
Who is more fashionable? Persons who know us can say in the chat. But you cannot just
Who do you think?
Yeah.
So Lisa,
VC.
so that's 2, 3 for VC.
VC.
Let's hear what's going on. Whoa.
Wow. You are.
Who are these beautiful ladies? Thumbs up done to both. Hi, Barry. Welcome,
Barry. I know we don't have to say it twice to say it. Remember
thumbs
to
up
like
down.
the live. Barry knows exactly what to do.
Yeah, man.
Yes, so
Who is more fashionable?
Yes, so Janelle, so both in a sense though. Yeah. So we have VC with 2, KC with 1 and the tie. So
I think I'd have to vote for myself, if I might say so myself. Though I am not. I'm quite simple, but yeah, I judge things from time to time. Okay. Casey have our own little swag that it's evolving. I know, right? But I think my head are out. Just tips are the line, so that's my opinion anyways, but y'all feel free. I wear a lot of black, but yeah. I just have a different kind of vibe, you know what I mean?
secular, she's more secular.
We're secular. Oh,
yeah. I'm more into what's happening.
I'm
modern.
Saying, well,
but she has that tube stuff. What you call that? No.
It's like a classic
vintage,
old school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like that old school vibe. Maybe it's because I'm a thrifter too, but I like the old school vibe.
Barry said I'm not going there. I see both of you.
Well,
yeah, we all have our own little taste.
Everybody have their own little vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, who is more organized? Who do you think is more organized?
This should be interesting.
I
see the hearts coming in.
Yeah. KC. I think the winner should get a gift at the end.
Oh, please.
Who do you think is more organized?
Come on, let's hear the votes.
So I'm seeing 1 KC so far. Which
one is older? I am older.
Well, what are you saying?
So the older one is more organized or not? Barry said
both. I guess they don't want to get in trouble there, no? So they're staying on the safe side. Alright. Both. Hi, Melanie.
Hello.
Yes.
And Positive Lamb.
Hi, Positive Lamb. This is Melanie. Persons on here who are familiar. I don't know if you're familiar with Melanie as well. She's the lady I was telling you that speak a lot about menopause.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's also a Jamaican.
I think
Right.
I'm not sure if I checked her out, but if not, I will definitely visit, stop by her house, as Barry would say.
So we're just doing a little icebreaker for persons who are just joining in. Um, who knows? Was it that? And then we're going to go
Yes, we're sisters.
into yes, blood sisters.
You love this blood sister singing.
She don't like the blood sister because she don't like the movie.
African movie was I've been watching African movies for a while. Just the name alone implies, but we are blood sisters. Yeah.
Right. All right. So yes, thank you. The organized. So it's both. We are both. But I think I am in different. Right.
So I think so. Let me talk about myself. So I get disorganized when it comes on to mainly like getting dressed and stuff. And that is one of the reasons I've resorted to wearing a lot of blacks. It's simple. You just pick something and you go. Versus having to go through, and then by the time you come back from where you come back to a pile of stuff. And then for me, I am usually later. So because of that too, it affects my organization. So I'll take that part. But then you go on now and say, what is
So
that?
I'm the opposite.
I'm the opposite. And if me did follow you, will late.
Right, I tend to, and about both with work and home, I tend to write a lot. So I'm on target with what I want to accomplish. Yeah. So most times, that's what helps me to do the things that I set out to do, that in my personal life and in my professional life. So I believe, and even that's it, personal and professional. I do the same stuff. So I believe I am more to some extent. Because we all have our moments when we're in good mood and bad mood. Is this Jamaica pageant? That's serving God's people, that's DVC.
That's right, man.
Yes, so I don't know. You tell me, DVC. So 2 more questions. Who is more of a go-getter? Who do you think is more of a go-getter?
Of a go-getter. This one should be interesting. I know my views, but let's hear what they have to say.
Okay.
While you're watching, yes. Please remember to like, guys. I get 1 vote for PC.
Who do you think is more of a go-getter, guys? Come on. Hi. Welcome. That's Wiley.
Yeah. I think I subscribed to her today. Lisa said both. Anybody else? Who do you think is more of a go-getter?
Hi, Positive Lamb. How are you doing, darling? So we have 2 votes. I guess I don't want to get in any trouble, so trying to stay out of it. So who is more of a go-getter? Both of us.
Yeah, I think we both are. Yes, I subscribed earlier today, I think. Yeah, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. I like to look on content, and once I see that there's something that I can actually watch, I'll normally subscribe. So yeah, I think both of us are, because we're very goal-oriented. So we set a goal, we try to work towards it, we support each other to reach the goal as well. And yeah, so that's something that we do. We normally have goals that we want to accomplish for the year, and we from time to time we'll share with each other. You know that I plan to achieve this at this time, but I'm here now and I achieved it already. Or those things. So I think it's just the family overall, because all of us are kind of very driven. So that's good.
And I
hear you, Barry.
I think you both are. However, when one is not feeling, it pushes the other. Yeah, that's true.
That's lovely.
That's true. All right. This one is very easy. Who cooks the most?
Yeah, that one that's simple. Yeah.
Nobody.
I think
Who?
that should be simple.
Yeah, it's very simple. I should be seeing
KC,
this screen
KC.
going up. I love to see the love
Ah,
between.
thank you.
Thank,
What's your KC? Just like get vote.
thank you, Melanie. Yes. Well, Casey it is.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is KC.
So I love to cook and she loves to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Casey loves it. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So thank you. I hope you learned something about us from that little icebreaker. And if you have any other question, you can put it in the chat and we will definitely answer. Right?
Lisa had asked about who was a fighter. None of us are fighters, I don't think. When you were, hey, when me in a primary school, you know, I would pick fights for no reason. I tell you, like I was, but as I got older, well, high school, the rule was if you fought, it was immediate expulsion, and it didn't matter if you were, it was on the weekend or if it was during school time. So you know all of that, and then as you mature, but yeah, we're not in no fighting and no Lisa. A God fight, we battle for it. So you know we don't necessarily take that on, but yeah. Feel free to ask other questions if you want.
Alright, so you would have seen our live yesterday, both myself and BC. And in BC's live, she spoke a lot about her goals and her way of reaching her goals, financially especially. So I know a lot of persons are interested in that. So I'm going to just to ask a few questions or let or inform you guys on more. VC will inform you on more. But before we do anything
Oh, thank you, Barry.
further, before we do anything further, we're gonna have a little chit chat. So this is something I have for my devotion as well. I tell you, I have a whole ton loads of stuff. I don't know if you can see. It's 101 prayers from the Bible. Now VC is going to choose. I'm going to take out some. So these are little cards with Bible verses. You can do it at home in your devotions as well.
So
And VC is going to choose one. And she's going to read it. And she's going to tell us what it means to her. Right?
Reading is very important, folks. Don't think there. Don't skip out on that lesson. Wait. It's white, so I have to look at it this way. Alright, it says, "You alone are the Lord. You made the skies and the heavens and all the stars. You made the earth and the seas and everything in them. You preserve them all." What it means to me is that God will preserve me the same way He preserves the sky, the heavens, the earth. So we just have to trust Him that He has our back.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This is my first interview.
You know. Yes, miss.
All right. You want
Also, I'm going to be interviewed. Let me get myself ready. Should I get my tea?
Because we're just going to follow mostly on what you mentioned yesterday, but just in a phonetic way, so persons can be engaged.
All right. Hi, Caribbean girl Tony.
That.
And folks,
You.
when you come in, just remember to chit chat with each other, get to know each other, like the live and those kind of things. Thank you, Melanie.
Right. So, and on it as well, guys, the Bible verse. I'm going to read another one and tell you the Bible verse. And you can also put your view in the chat. And when you get a chance, you can read that scripture for yourself, right? So this one comes from Jeremiah 14 verse 9, and it reads, "Yet you, O Lord, are in the midst of us, and we are called by your name. Do not leave us." Yes, so everything we do is in his way or is according to his will.
Mm-hmm.
So we cannot, no care how simple the whatever is the problem or the task, whatever we're going through, he is the one that is in control. So that is something you can jot down, or if you want to go and read it, or it's just a, a reminder that no matter what the circumstances are, it may be a lot now when you want to find ways or trying to get going out of your way, losing your sleep and all those other stuff. But just remember that you are not in control. The Lord is in control, right? Right, so while we wait on VC, I'm just going to do another one. And I think she can't do without her tea, Alright, so this one comes from Psalm 56 verse 3, and it reads, "When I am afraid, I put my trust in you." Can you attest to this one? When you're afraid, who do you put your trust in? I know for me, with everything, I put my trust in God. He's the only one that cannot fail me. Even when things look daunting, I know that it's just a season and it will not remain that way. So everything I do, every single thing, I cannot trust my friend, I can trust my sister, I can trust other family members, I can trust friends and all of that. But the in-depth aspect of it, it comes from the Lord. Because we're human. Some things that I would want my sister to do, she humanly cannot do it. We just have to rely on God for all things. Yeah? Yes, he never fails me. Hallelujah. That's from, is it Wiley? And BBC. That's fabulous. Okay. Okay, thank you. So VC is back now. I hope you enjoy that part.
Ready for my interview.
Gives you some inspiration as well. Alright. So we have some more. I have so many things in it. This is a little gift bag. I did not prepare any gift for VC. We're going to share the gift.
Okay,
but in it, she's just going to choose, let's say, 2 questions. We're at 32 minutes already.
Already?
Yes.
More than that.
So 2 questions.
Right,
2 questions. And then I am going to read it. And she's going to answer. The question is, if you should live anywhere, this is a pageant time, BBC. So, okay. Miss Montego,
yes.
Your question is, if you should live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Thank you so much for that question. Outside, you mean, I'm gonna assume that you mean outside of Jamaica.
Anywhere.
Lisa, it's rosemary, and I put a little, that sweetie, honey, lime, and eucalyptus. It's in there as well. Outside of Jamaica, I could live anywhere because I love experiencing other cultures, preferably somewhere warm, but I would definitely live in Ghana.
Oh,
definitely.
Okay, lovely. And see, Positive Lamb, I know she loves her tea. You guys can answer as well in the chat just to engage. If you would live anywhere in the world, where would it be? I know a lot of persons would want to live in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. Yes, we know you want to live in Ghana.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I think I live in one of those European countries. Yeah, Netherlands or Italy. I'm just intrigued in speaking another language.
Oh, okay.
And you see the person, you're just amazed when the person opens her mouth or his mouth with another language.
True. Yeah. I mean, that happens. I think Ghana, if we have any Ghanaians on here, they have 3. So it's, but I kind of like this. African vibe.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah, I like.
Hey.
I like the idea of walking through, and seeing the similarities with Jamaica, and just understanding that that's where my roots are from. So I guess that's that for me.
Yeah. And welcome, Miss Do It Yourself and Caribbean Girl Tony.
Hi.
Thank you guys for stopping by. And we're just doing,
to pick something else.
Yeah, we have. We're just getting to, you guys are getting to learn about us in a fanatic way. You have,
Trust me, I understand all too well.
Okay. So it's more.
But I don't know. Maybe not. If it's Ghana, yes, definitely. Or to work in other places, sure, definitely.
So you think the food is the same?
It won't be the same, but I mean, what I've noticed is with a lot of the African countries or a lot of the Hispanic countries, they cook with seasoning, similar to us. Alicia.
Welcome. This is how they do. Welcome, my sister. Welcome.
Yes, you're welcome. Or, yeah, I think.
Mediterranean for me. I don't know that place.
Or Mediterranean. Okay.
That's a place or it's a sea?
I in my head it's a sea, but it's not a definite place.
Alright.
But they have the Mediterranean Sea. What's the next question?
Beach or hiking? Where would you go?
Beach. Definitely. Yeah. Even if I'm not, if I go to the sea, right, and I don't necessarily have to swim, I can just listen to the water running and just feel so relaxed that I feel like I enjoy my day more than anybody who go on, yeah. That's just
I think I'll go with hiking. I love the scenery. I love to know that the feeling of looking at something and accomplishing it. When you're walking and you say, oh, it looks so far. But then at the end you say, oh, I did this. Yeah. I feel that way. And then when you finish, you just sit down and relax, get the cool, fresh air, and you look and see the mountains, the trees, and all of that.
True.
I like that. So, DBC saying St. Kitts or Barbados. Still Caribbean. You still love the Caribbean. So, yeah, welcome, yeah. Yeah, no hard feelings, but should I say Jamaica?
Alright, I'm supposed to pick another one. Let's see what's going on in the bottom part here. So this one.
Alright.
Let's see.
So, interesting. Miss Montego Bay.
Yes.
What is one thing you cannot go without doing daily?
Okay, so thank you for that question. Apart from breathing, that I give God thanks that I'm able to do, I would say washing my face and brushing my teeth. That's one thing I can't go without.
You can answer the chat too. So one thing you cannot do without, cannot go without doing daily. Well, yeah, for me that is it. You can't go without bathing.
Eating Papa's food, okay.
Put my heart right, and I was going to say that I cannot go without praying. If I don't pray, my whole day disrupt.
Yeah,
so, yeah, that is the one thing I
guess to me that was a given, but you know.
Yeah. But that is it too. A lot of persons don't do what you do, like to get up. Both of them. A lot of persons don't see the interest in bathing and brushing their teeth. A lot of persons don't see the interest in praying and meditation and all of that. So yeah, I wash my face more than once in the summer, and yes, prayer also.
Yeah, man. Summertime you have to.
Come, Grenada.
Come, Grenada.
You hear that, DVC? Go to Grenada. Grenada.
Alright, let's see what's going on here. There's so much things in there, sir.
Alright, so this after this one, then we are going to go to.
What a whole heap of questions.
And this is very easy. Rice and peas are plain rice. You guys know rice and peas?
That's too
Yeah,
easy.
so it takes so long for you to answer.
No, because I'm waiting to see if anybody would comment. But that's too easy. Rice and peas, all with curry.
You
Yeah,
see?
I'm one of those. Even with stew peas. That's the only time I might consider plain rice. But everything else, rice and peas.
Yeah, a lot of persons don't like rice and peas too. Some people
Yeah, I
don't
don't
like
like it.
peas,
Yeah.
and some persons
You know,
don't
say
eat the
gungo
rice
rice
and
and peas. That's melody.
yeah,
Gungo
yeah.
or with the regular kidney peas. Any one of them. Except that small, Lisa, I see a post the other day to say it's a Christmas peas. That little one. That attached to bad memories to me, you see? So, me, no one know that.
I remember.
Yeah. But outside of that, any peas, we're good to go. Even the black peas. You know the black peas
Yeah,
rice
yeah.
and peas. Black beans.
So this is the last from Grab and Go.
Alright, let's see what's going on here. I wanna feel thick.
Okay. It's a thick question indeed.
Yes, sir.
What does monetization looks like for you on YouTube?
That's a thick one. A joke. And I'm happy you asked that question because let me start by saying it doesn't look like what people think it is. So monetization for me looks like I'm able to earn from ads when people watch ads, or if I get over 1,000 views. Those are the only two options that we have in Jamaica. We don't get super chat, we don't get super thanks, we can't do membership. So what that translates to for me, because I'm a young content creator, it looks like, so for 6 months, it takes for YouTube, in order for them to pay out, you have to amass up to $100, 100 USD, right? And in order for that to happen for me, it takes up to 6 months for that to happen. And what it looks like as well, so let's say for example, the most recent one, it was it said it was 102, right? That was it before taxes were deducted and so on. By the time it got to me here, it was 77, I think, because you know YouTube deducts, the bank will deduct fees and stuff. So again, over 6 months, you're looking at 6 months worth of work, and then you're looking at $77. But because it is something that I enjoy doing, I still put in the work because I like to share my country with people. At my core, I really like to do it. Even before yeah, man, it's a topic that I think we need to talk about because, and kudos to KC for putting that in there. But so even before I came on YouTube, I was sharing my country with people. So I know for a lot of people, they hear that you're monetized, they think that, oh, you're making big money and you're doing big things. We're not there yet because I'm speaking it into being. But for now, it means for me that I get to earn revenue. And I also hope that it means more partnership, like businesses will seek after me to say, you know, come to our place, maybe our villa or Airbnb, whatever it is, check it out, do a review, and then I can share it with you. But excuse me, it means that it's a lot of work. The revenue is slow, but I guess in different countries it might be different because you know, I remember once Nemo wanted to send me a super thanks or something like that, and he reached out to me to say, you know, I didn't see the option, and I didn't even know that we didn't have that option in Jamaica until after that happened. So you know, yeah, that's about it. It just means that I have a new business. I know, yeah, man. So it just means that I have passed a milestone that a lot of people are trying to get past. But also it doesn't look the way we perceive it in terms of being rich.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yet. And Positive Lamb saying that I didn't know that you girls don't get super chat. It's unfair.
No, so we don't.
So right. Yesterday, someone was in the live saying that in setting up our YouTube, that part for payment,
Yeah,
we should use a US address. But that too is a little bit of concern to have someone else.
It's complicated. I don't necessarily want, so in the event of anything, I don't necessarily want my family to be in having to be going between anybody, or and then I'm here, so it's best for me to be here and do what I'm doing here and cut out all of that middle excitement. It's less, but at the same time. So what I probably will do is try to set up a PayPal or something along those lines. So in the event somebody wants to gift me something or wants to just say, because you do know from time to time, like you'll have people who say, okay, we want you to go to this place, or let's say somewhere in Westmoreland, and they know that it will cost, toll and all of those things, but they want to see the place because they're feeling homesick or whatever, and they want to contribute to the trip. Then that is something that we can probably think about. But outside of that, thank you. He definitely will provide. So he definitely will provide. Once we're consistent and once we continue to do his will, he will provide, because the Bible says, I made that mistake last night, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. And that is my favorite scripture.
Yes, indeed. I just did a video. Let me see. I'm going to read it, Melanie. But this thing is just... I just did a video on this and review from Nigeria YouTuber. It's best to keep our expectations real, so we can rise from there. Yeah.
Yes. I wouldn't come and lie to you all and say, sure, Barry, no problem. And say, oh, this is what it is and this is... No, that's not what it is. So I'm happy. I'm one who's willing and open to tell people, look, no, it's not like a pipe that you turn on once you get monetized and then money just flows. That's not how it goes. People watch the ads and you get revenue from that, as well as, for the countries that have those things, super chat, super thanks, they can do that as well. But not for Jamaica. We don't have that.
Right. And also as a YouTuber, young YouTuber, sometimes some things that Melanie would say, we see them online, and we get so anxious about them, but when we go through it ourselves, even the simplest thing, persons may say, edit this video and you get over 1 million likes or 1 billion views, and you go to the site and you want to do it for yourself to see. And when you do it, you say, no, this doesn't work. My own video allow me to get more viewership than what they mentioned. So you just have to test the water for yourself and know what works for you. You should make a video on your experience. We see it will help others.
That's true. That's a good idea. That's maybe one of them that I can use to wrap out the year. When you say set up shop, what do you mean?
I think Melanie has a shop on her thing.
Like where people can go
buy her stuff and all of that. So.
Melanie? Yeah. Well, you mean like...
I think it's Amazon, right, Melanie? But I know that you can go on her page and
like
get her stuff, right? She has stuff.
Oh, like a wish list?
No, man, she has a business and she sells gadgets and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I don't know. So, I'm not so business minded, to be honest, Yeah. I'm not so business. I could.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And I think Big Jack, they were having, so Shine and Nemo were having a conversation last night, and I was saying, I like my 9 to 5, right? Not that I don't appreciate doing other things, because here I am doing other things, but I'm not like a business oriented kind of person like that. However, I've seen a lot of people on TikTok or even on YouTube here, they'll share links to what they purchase. But again, because I'm on this no-buy journey, there won't be any links, because there'll probably be a link for a shoe that I buy or something. Hi, Big Jack. I was just talking about it. I don't know if you heard.
Big Jack, welcome.
But outside of that, setting up a shop, it's probably gonna be, because it won't be active, to be honest. Because once I'm on my no buy year, I stay away from stuff completely. I try my best to stay away from, Well, that's because I've been designed. Oh, okay, that's nice.
Okay.
That's very nice. Okay. I can only imagine it's a whole other world out there, being in a business and stuff.
Okay, with that said, how would you define success and happiness?
What a whole heap of questions.
Yeah, for us to, and you can write in the chat too, because it looks different for all of us.
Sell merchandise when you reach a certain amount. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, we have dogs outside. The neighbors, but we do have dogs. Yeah, they're hearing.
Success and happiness. How do you define that?
So for me, happiness is one, just appreciating the blessing that life is and being content with what God has provided. It doesn't mean that you don't have an ambition to achieve more. It just means that you stay in your lane and you are grateful for what you have in the moment. So for me, that brings me joy, being contented. And I think because I am contented, I am high tea. Welcome, Miss Donna tonight. Because I have learned to be content in situations, I am grateful for the smallest things in life. I am most happy when I'm around my family. So when I'm around my family and people that I love, like you see me light up a while ago when tea came on, those things, because that is what, at our core as humans, we were made to socialize, to interact, all of that. Success for me looks different from other people. Again, it has to do with joy, having and knowing God, because sometimes when things happen in life and you don't know God, you don't know where to turn, people become hopeless. Love you too. So that is for me. And then success is achieving some of my goals. I've achieved a few. So that to me is success. And I think, so for us, self-actualization looks different every year, because this year you might have this as a goal, but then next year is a different thing, but you're still working towards it. And as soon as you achieve it, you start brainstorming, all right, what else can I achieve? So that's it. That's success. I saw a question coming.
Yes, from BBC.
What's one mistake you made earlier in your content creation journey that turned into a valuable lesson, and how has it shaped you?
So I share the same sentiment as we see. It's not for material things it's not material things for me. It's more of being content with what I have and the blessing of the small people. May say the smallest stuff, but if I'm happy when I can impact a life, I can share my knowledge with you and I see you use it well. And I'm an example, a product of that. My mentor would have gifted me a book. And from that book, I create a YouTube channel. So can you imagine how proud she is of me doing all of this? So, I just gave Casey a simple book. Just like when you say you teach a man to fish, always give him fish all the time. So those little things make me happy, and I find success in those stuff when I can extend my blessings to others. Yeah? And to the question that DBC asked.
Also a mistake that I made earlier. So the first mistake that I made, and T, remember to like up the live, plant a seed and watch it grow. Definitely Big Jack. So the first mistake that I made, one of the earlier ones that I made, was that I never looked in the camera. So I'd be looking at, so if you have the front facing camera, I'd be looking at myself instead of in the camera. One good thing that happened from that was that I got feedback. So my first couple of videos, I got a lot of feedback. And it's from like family members, friends, and even young people. And when I say young, I mean like teenagers who know what's popping and make suggestions about certain things. So the first video that I did, I never said, hi Tommy. I never said, don't forget to subscribe. I never told them to subscribe. I just said, please like the video, thinking that people knew what it meant, but outside of that, I think everything worked together for good. So I wouldn't call it much of a huge mistake, but that was one of them that I think I made it.
Yeah, me too. And you mentioned that to me too. I have some
difficulties
I'm looking on the screen, not knowing that I'm not looking in the camera. So over time, I learn, and I think I'm doing a better job now. Also with the thumbnail.
Yeah.
So I learn about using or create the thumbnail to give more traction to your videos. Basically, and also when we're doing like lives and stuff, we put it in our community or
that's something I started doing recently too, using the community tab. I've not in the past, so in this year I've used it more than I've used it in the last 2 years, so in the last couple of months actually.
And the other thing that I've learned as well, and I've tried it for myself, is that when you post a video, you don't share it on other platforms immediately. So you wait some time before you share it with other platforms. YouTube doesn't give or push it as though it would when you do that to other platforms. So I stopped sharing my videos as them drop to like WhatsApp or Facebook or TikTok. I don't do that anymore. Well, I stopped doing it completely.
Yeah, you told me about it. So you should have a podcast joint channel. But then I wouldn't be able to go on the road unless we're gonna have the podcast on the road. You know what I mean? Because we could have a devotion on the road. That's something that we do. But for me, I like the road, and I like road food. This one, she doesn't like the idea too much of eating on the street, but I like that authentic kind of vibe. Man, you have to say a grace first, but I mean, I like it.
So
what's one piece of
I'll read it. So what's one piece of advice you wish someone had given you before you started creating content, and how do you think it would have
changed your journey?
Is that so?
Funny, because I'm one of them that I believe that once somebody does it, it can be done, right? So that's the first thing. However, I wish someone said to me that it's not as easy as people make it seem, right? So don't go into this thing thinking that it's going to be easy. It's going to require a lot of commitment, a lot of hard work, and a lot of it's too proper. And a lot of no's, a lot of disappointments, a lot of what do you call it now? It's almost like a king or a queen doesn't have any crowning, or there's a Jamaican saying, I can't remember it now, but they don't have much of that support in their own town, so they would have to go out of their community to get that. So if someone told me that, I probably would have been like, you know what, let me not do this YouTube thing because it's a lot of work. But then for me, because if I start something and I want to achieve, you see, because now I have gotten to the monetization, I've reached that goal, it would be easier for me to stop, which kind of sounds weird, but it would be easier for me to stop because I feel like I have achieved a goal that a lot of people cannot achieve. And so when I was getting tired earlier in this year, so my friends like Tanisha and like KC and everybody would be like, no, you can't stop now. But yeah, people don't talk much about it. Like they're not real. I think a lot of people have this facade going and they like to keep it going. I am not like that. So because of that, you get what you see right here. That is it.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Melanie. You have spent like it's hour now with us since you're here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing. The
Almost 1 hour.
time almost
Goes
yeah,
by
like
so quickly.
so fast. So thank you so much for spending your valuable time
Yeah.
with us this evening, and thank you for your well wishes as well. So for me, well, I agree with you. I said that yesterday. That person's
Bye,
would have
Alicia.
seen. Bye,
Thanks for
Alicia.
stopping by.
Number one, goal is consistent. Number two, dedication. Number three, effort. Four, patience. Will all these components, it will become possible for growth. Exactly. Quite so. But yeah, persons would have seen you doing it just like driving and talking and say it is so easy, but they don't understand that the editing
Yeah.
alone takes a whole lot of time. The editing, and not only that, you have to be so creative in thinking about what's next. Yeah. So all of those stuff, it's not like person. It's even persons who sit and do like to send that's their video to do
Talking
thoughts and all of that. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of brain work thinking of what's the next topic, all of that. Yeah. So how do you accept accomplishments? Like,
all right, so
I know persons would have differently. Persons, we do appreciate things differently, but how do you do that?
So let me answer Big Jack quickly and then we can. So some things we do, especially earlier when KC just started out, I would give her feedback whether she wanted it or not. Joke, but yeah. So would give each other feedback. I remember when I was doing my videos and she said, I see a lot of people doing that. So it's like a little clip at the front to show you what is coming up in the video. She suggested that I should do that, and I try to maintain that because sometimes I find, even for me, watching a video, I like to see that something is coming up that I'm looking forward to watching. So yeah, we do share ideas and get feedback from each other before we post.
And even like with the thumbnails coming on this live too, it's both of us who came together to do the questions and all. Even though some of them I just
she just randomly. I told her that I'm a winger, so you ask me the question, I'll answer. That's fine. So she just said, I'm gonna answer some questions and these are they. Yeah. As in, no, you never tell me. Just say, just ask me them and I'll answer.
Yes.
Hi, Anisha.
Hi, Anisha, darling. How are you? You see, yesterday after the live, I was thinking to myself, like, so many persons came in. Was Anisha in the back? Because she's like that, she come on and she just sit down.
Hi, Mind Games.
And come here, so welcome. Welcome.
Yes, we are definitely blessed to have each other. I can boast about my siblings because I have great siblings. Like, the kind of support that we provide for each other, I just thank God for it every day. Anisha, so she's wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, so the question, how do you accept accomplishments? Like,
I think I touched on this.
And you can tell us in the chat as well.
Okay. Another question there. But accomplishments for me, so I accept them as they come. So I understand going into it that each goal is for a period. So for me, for example, and I think that is that track and field in me. So you set a personal goal or a personal best that you want to achieve. Once you have achieved that, you're grateful, you're celebrating that moment, but you're looking for something else. And that is how I do it. Because you can't be... I was joking the other day and I said to a colleague of mine, I need to learn how to just plateau. Like, because you're so driven, it's almost like you're always going. And there's sometimes, especially now that my body has been feeling this way, I just need to learn how to just plateau. Not for too long, but just keep it this way for a little while. So I can at least experience a little bit of the success and, You understand what I mean?
Breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do the same. But as it relates to accepting it, it's just like doing something else. You know, like some persons, they would, let's say you acquire your bachelor's degree or whatever you're working on. Some persons will go out and say, oh, I did this, and even like in the signature on your name. I know it's a big accomplishment to look at some, but for me, it's just like another thing. If I'm not in a deep conversation with you, you will not know my accomplishments. That's it. So I'm not the type that will go out and say, oh, I just finished this and all of that. Some things I say because I want to say, but there are a lot of other things that I would have done. But it's just, I'm just humble.
Yeah.
I don't put it out there.
I think it's us overall, because I always say I don't lead with what I do or who, what I've accomplished. So even if there was a time in my life where I wanted to be PhD'd, not anymore. Well, not right now. Let's say, because you never can say never. But I'd always say to my friends, nothing would change. You don't have to refer to me as doctor this or doctor that. If whatever name you called me before, even my nicknames, and I have a ton of them, trust me, from school too. That would be it. And I like to observe settings and all of that. And I like to surround myself with people who are successful, and people who are doing things that I can learn from. But at the same time, I am not one to be like, oh,
And
KC.
You can't talk to me because you don't have a bachelor's. Persons with bachelors come here. Why are you talking to me?
Me can't bother that. And then if you don't know me, you won't know. That's the beautiful thing about me. Sometimes my friends will say, hello, miss, you too simple, or you too, why are you hiding? But it's not necessarily hiding. It's I like to see people, how they interact with people. You don't need to know anything else to interact. If I come to you and we have that a lot in Jamaica. So, and you know me, or who know me. So if I'm leading, especially if I'm going to the market or I'm stopping at the fruits man or whatever, I am leading with my patois because I'm Jamaican, yeah? And then some people will hear that and automatically assume something, and then they start treating you according to what they assume. But because of the fact that I think we both can assimilate well, some more than others, it augurs well for us because we can fit in different environments. But yeah, man, if I'm successful, I would always say, like, even when I see some people, I'm like, if I get that kind of money, nobody now know cannot not change. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting properties, of course, but nothing changes outside of that.
Yeah.
Thank you, T.
There's a question from BBC. What's the biggest challenge you face as a content creator?
Time. It takes a lot of time to edit and all of that. I remember my content is not just sitting down and talking, it's movement. A lot of it is movement. Also, initially, and that's why I was so thing there with KC to tell her, look, don't look at the subscribers, because I faced that challenge earlier on. Like, I would go up to people and I'd be like, hey, I have a YouTube channel, can you subscribe? And they're like, sure. And then because you're new, you're looking at the numbers. You have a goal, so you want the numbers to move. Not moving, So that was a bit of a challenge for me. I thought I would have challenge in terms of getting the content and being consistent. But because Jamaica is so beautiful, there's always something to share. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's something.
This is Big Chat, do you have any other family members creating, like on YouTube?
Not on YouTube. Do we? No, right? But my other sister, Tammy, she's in some of the videos. I think the video that says VC's Day Out, she's in that one. And she introduced herself. She's a makeup artist, so she does makeup. She's a traveling makeup artist, and that is what she does. She does it very well too. What's her Instagram thing?
Instagram. Well, I don't have Instagram like
I don't have Instagram.
But
It's Tammy's Touch.
Yes.
So I think it's TAMII_S_touch. And she's a makeup artist. But if you check out my video that says VC's Day Out, done the pen and something else, you should see me drinking a jelly. She's in there, so you'll get more information about her there.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys are learning some things about us by we answer these questions. And feel free to share your comments in the chat. Read the questions that I'm asking as well. And I know it has passed the hour. But we're going to a little bit, but we're going to wrap up. And if you'd like us to continue, you can just say, go right ahead.
Or let us know if you have any questions for us. Doesn't have to be me, though I'm the one being interviewed, it seems.
Well, we both are.
But
I'm leading. Yeah? So how does procrastination affect your growth? Have you ever done that? Like,
yeah. T's on here. T knows. Well, when I was in school, I think procrastination, I mastered the art of procrastination in school. There was a feeling that I got from that last minute, knowing that I have a few hours before that paper is due or so. I used to get a rush from that. Now as an adult though, I don't really, if I have stuff to do, I try to do it, especially when it comes on to work and my personal stuff. I know, right, Big Jack? Soon. Procrastination can affect your growth, I find, and that is something too that I am planning to do in 2025, God's Spirit Life, is ease up off the social media and stuff, because while it is there and it is good, people use it to kind of de-stress sometimes. I find that I could be doing something else, listening to an audiobook, planning some other activity, doing something that is more productive. And if you focus on, because before you know it, you can be on the phone for like all 4 hours, watching movies, watching series, going through, and then you waste all of that time. So,
right.
Hi, Glam Life with Stacy. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you. And as the caption stated, that let's grow together, this is exactly what the questions are surrounded. Yes, so we're growing together. So the questions that I'm asking, you can think about them for yourself too and see how you're doing there, right? So do you think that feeling sorry for yourself affects your growth?
Yes.
Well, hold on. For the procrastination, I tend not to procrastinate. So the moment something pops, like I get an idea, I'm out there writing it down and I'm getting at it. So it's something, I don't think I had any challenge with that. I'm always doing what comes to mind. And my motto is that I'm not going to know the result until I give it a try. So I'll if me feel once it comes to me, I'm going to do it. So it's just one of those things. So I tend not to. And if you come to me with an idea and you're having doubts and all, I'm there to boost you up, to tell you, no, find all the positives in it, just for you to try. Yeah? So the question, do you think that feeling sorry for yourself affects your growth?
I think, so to be fair, as humans, whatever we're dealing with, we have to take a moment and accept it. Hi, Lady J.
Hi, Lady J.
T, we know that you hate procrastination. It's so funny because we're best buddies, but we're different when it comes down to that. But as humans, we have to take a moment to accept whatever it is that we're experiencing, right? And taking that moment to, and I have a friend who's like, who would be like, I'm not into that, just moving right along. But the idea is that taking a moment to grieve, accept, acknowledge what is actually happening is good. However, staying there is where the problem is. So you give yourself some time. If it means that you have to cry, if it means that you have to talk about it, if it means that you have to go for a walk like Barry, whatever it is, you do it. But whatever circumstance you find yourself in, if you sit around and say you feel sorry for yourself, you'll find yourself start crying more, you'll feel even more sad, you'll feel even, and then if you stay in that place for too long, it now becomes depression, major depression sometimes, all of those things. So I don't believe in feeling sorry for yourself too much. You just accept things will happen, bad things will happen, right, in life. We just have to take a moment. I've heard some people say, I give myself like a day, or I give myself 2 days, or I give myself, mind you, in the process of grief, there'll always be, it's like a cycle. So you'll feel like you're at acceptance today, and then tomorrow you're angry and whatever. But at the same time, it must be moving out of that place that you are. Whatever it looks like, you have to continuously. Because if you can't, if you're trying to get out of a place and you realize at this time, I'm in too much pain, I cannot run, walk, crawl on your belly, anything that you have to do, but because you know that you have hope, and that is why hope is so important. If you don't have hope and you don't have an anchor, maybe because I'm a Christian and I know that I have an anchor in God, I can say, all right, whatever this looks like, the darkest hour means that dawn is just inside, so I just need to push a little more. So I would say you can feel sorry for yourself, but don't linger there. Just find a solution and work toward getting out of whatever situation you find yourself in.
Yes, I agree.
What do you think?
I agree, and also what I add to it is that when you're there feeling sorry for yourself, everything is going by.
It doesn't stop for you. For real.
Yeah. Right. So you're crying, life is going by, whoever you're crying about or whatever you're crying, it is already done. What is it that you're going to do going forward? That's what matters. Cool. So feeling sorry for yourself, as VC said, yes, you take some time to grieve and all of that, but you matter as well. So you have to show up for yourself. So we're getting there. We're almost there. How do you effect change? Like in your circle, wherever. How do you effect change?
That's a good question. So for me,
and you can let us know in the chat too, how have you effect change?
So I can start with myself. So if I find out something new that I think my circle is not aware of, I will share it with them, because you do know that there's a saying that you are the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most, or you're interacting with the most. So if I find out something that I don't think my circle is aware of, I'm sharing it. If I'm working towards something, I tell my closest friends and my siblings so they can keep me accountable. I remember the first time I went on my no-buy year, it was challenging. But once I found out that it could be done and it was possible, I was the first one to be telling my friends about it and to be telling them how it impacted me. And I never thought that it could be so easy now, because I've done it for so many years. I see it now, it's a big thing on TikTok. People talking about no buy or low buy. It's a huge thing now, but I've been doing it for a while, and I've been telling my friends for a while, even before they knew about no buy. So for me, if I want to change something, I try to work on it myself. So for the last 2 years, I had a friend, and this is why you have to surround yourself with people who are like-minded. So when I wanted to grow and understand finances and just how to grow as a person, he recommended some books to me, recommended some institutions, those things. And he was in the phase where he was listening to a lot of audiobooks and all of those things. So when you find yourself in that space, I just normally, Auntie, thanks.
You're seeing it?
Yes.
You can say, oh, yes. Wow.
But I normally try to share. But the funny thing about it is, Helen, Hi,
Steven.
Dark Stallion. The funny thing about it is I find I'm having this urge to kind of be still and hold my tongue or and I saw Helen confirming that for me today, Ellen. And she was saying, not everything you need to share or not everything. But again, because I know the people that I have in my life, in my circle, are people that I've known from I was a teenager, so I trust or I've developed a relationship with. So I trust that they want what is best for me, but at the same time, I'm trying to kind of hold off on certain things. But I do share. I am timid to share certain things though, because talking about my debt-free journey and stuff, people again, because they will hear that you're monetized, they probably think something different, or you're debt-free, that means you don't have any bills to pay, those kind of things. So yeah, I'm kind of timid to share some of that.
Right. And you're right, just leading by example. That's how we effect change. And one of the things too is being a Christian.
Yeah.
So you being, we spoke about this earlier, being
No
a
problem,
Christian,
Barry.
come as you are. Come as you are. But how does that look? Because there is a certain aura that you get from each individual. And despite the way you look, there is just something about you. So, for example, we both are Christians, yeah? But you see, KC come here like so. I'm in this little dress. I can show you how the dress is. I've lost 32 pounds and I'm so happy. And all. So, this is the dress. You can't see everything on the dress, but it's one of those dresses that is not to your ankle. As a Christian, is this something that you would judge me in wearing?
Oh, you're asking me?
Like persons on the live as well. Because we are effecting change, or we are leading by example. But you are an individual. You're who you are. I cannot say because you wear earring or you wear nails or you wear whatever the case is, you're not effectively doing it. But leading by example, do you think that there's a certain look we should have in doing so?
So I am quite the conservative. So I will say that as a Christian, yes, I believe in coming as you are, but not staying as you are. And the problem that we have now in today's society is that every time that guidance is provided, it is seen as, oh, you're judging me. No, it is me correcting you in love. If I know that something is not right or something does not look right, it will not help you as a person. It would not be Christian-like of me to watch you go down that road and not say, Casey, I think this might be more appropriate as maybe like a female, as maybe like a Christian, because other young people are looking at you, other people want guidance, because Christianity is an individual experience, but it's also a collective experience. And I'm big on collective experiences. I'm big on culture. I'm big on us sharing and having a mutual responsibility for some things. I find that where we fall down is that the leaders and the people who are guiding have become afraid to say, this is not the right way, or this is not something that you should be doing. I can correct you. If I never correct you, you will never know. And then you'll go in another space and do it and think it's acceptable. And when somebody says it to you, you say, oh no, but my church doesn't say anything or whatever. So for me, I got baptized in a church that they don't wear pants, right? And they don't wear, I think they wear jewelry now and stuff, but they don't relax here, all of those things. I am still respectful and mindful of those things. So when I go to, let's say for example, I go to an SDA church, you won't see me going in there in certain things. And a pet peeve of mine, there's not really a dress code per se for um, Christians, Barry, but there are certain things, especially in Jamaica. If you're going to the embassy, you're not going a certain way. It doesn't matter what you have, you're not wearing it to the embassy. If you're going to the court, you can't go a certain way. You understand? And we know this as a people. What peeves me is when we go into, we have now transformed the look into something to say, okay, I'm going to, for example, yes, I'm going to, for example, a funeral, right? And we are now in a culture that no adult can look at you and say, that is not respectful for the church. You understand? You're not going to a party, you're not going to certain things that are requires that kind of dress code. All across the world, when people are going into their places of worship, there is a certain level of respect that is given to it. And I think we're losing it because people are afraid of saying, this is not acceptable. People are afraid of saying, you're exposing your undergarment. Maybe you need to wear a tights, maybe you need to wear a slip,
or a
maybe
little
you
blouse,
need to, yes,
right here.
something.
Something.
But we
even though it's this type of dress, I would
yeah,
not wear it out like with the big V cut.
yeah, we are afraid, you know. Back then, going church have to wear, yes, that's one thing about us in Jamaica, Barry. We know Sunday best or Saturday best. But now it breaks my heart sometimes to see what is happening, and I'm thinking to myself, there are no more Sister Angelas who would say to somebody, you know, maybe you should consider something else. And I try to do that as much as I can. Sometimes it is not accepted because, again, as I said, people have lost their ability to correct or to guide. So people find it offensive if somebody says something to them. But we still have a responsibility to guide, because the generation behind us will be looking at us to guide them. And if we don't, then you'll find people just disrespecting all sorts of beliefs, all sorts of individuals overall, and nothing happens. And if we don't have rules and guidelines, then you have what? Anarchy. And it's a problem. That's just me anyway.
Yeah, I tell you about the talking. You guys got that on point. There you go.
Yeah, because that's something that I'm quite passionate about. Is when it comes on to our collective thing, collectivism, especially for my culture. I am big on that, because a lot of people will tell you, don't talk the patois, don't do this, you're not supposed to eat certain food, you shouldn't cook certain food. It we'll lose that. You know what I mean? Barry, I see a comment you say, then some churches will, and I agree, come as you are, but don't stay how you came. Right. Come as you are, you know, anywhere you have to come, you come. Because the church is for everyone, but you should not stay how you came. And a part of you transforming is from getting guidance from people who are there. Why your phone look like? Make sure your battery not dead, you know.
But I think Big Jack mentioned something similar when he went to church and he was not dressed in his tie and all of that. So the person who invited him, you know, like rocks him up or talked to him about it 1 minute.
Oh, you go.
No, right. So that is something like they say, to come as you are. Because that simple thing, you come, you don't have a tie.
Yeah, that's so different.
You know? How is it, and persons on the outside looking in or coming to church and you looking at them a particular way or talking about them a particular way, that is not an expression of love. And that will not allow them or spark them to return.
You don't want to come back, but that's it. That's what I'm saying. There's guidance. So the first time you meet somebody, it might not be the time that you're going to say, oh, this is that and this is that. And people, change happens even for us. It took some time to get to where we are now. So people will take some time to change. But I would say, don't allow the fear of losing somebody behind a lie or behind a wanting them to feel good
Mm-hmm.
prevent you from guiding them into what is best for them.
Mm-hmm.
So don't let the fear of saying, oh, maybe if I said to Casey, your skirt too short, or I'm seeing right through your skirt, that would you like a slip or would you like a tights? I have one in the car, or prevent you from saying something. I don't think that should. But yeah, that's.
But it goes for kids. And now we see that it's the same thing, like in all aspects of our life. We being parents and how we talk. Children now are talking to their parents is so different from what we would have known then.
Yeah.
At the workplace, it's the same. Outside the workplace, it's the same. So how is it? We have to effect change by, just leading by example.
Not being afraid.
Not being afraid, right? So it's either, as I said, it's either it is good for you to say something than to not say. You're not going to know the result if you just keep quiet. And also to accept criticism. Constructive, right.
And go ahead first and then I'll tell
right.
something.
So these are the things we being or want to be mature persons should really accept or look into ourselves in growing that way. So,
and I would say too, as an athlete, as I taught all the time, because let me tell you something, track and field changed my life. I used to play netball, but track and field did it for me. But yes, I used to be a high jumper, right? And I cannot see myself going over that bar. The only way I would be able to get better at it was to get feedback from my coach, from my teammates, right? You doing something bad or not doing something properly and getting feedback doesn't mean you're the worst. It just means that they care about you enough to say, maybe the next time you go over, just flip your legs over a little quicker, lean your head back a little bit more, or all of those things. And when you see the results, you're appreciative for the feedback. Sometimes the feedback is hard, because it means that you have to probably do more core work, you have to do more exercises than you plan to do. But when you get to the point where you see the results, that's when you appreciate. All right, example. When we were growing up, right? You think say home girl, she love our place clean, she likes certain things. That is her. And I'm talking about my mom here, right? But when you get older, you say to yourself, whoa, this is what she was trying to say all along. But if you never got that kind of feedback and that kind of guidance, it don't just normally click.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my
through
take.
growth. You'll appreciate that. Barry saying they are there to hear the words of God, but clothes should never come into play. So.
I agree, as I said, if they're just coming. But if you've been around maturity, just like how the Bible says, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I did things as a child. But when I get older, and I don't want to sound like I'm preaching, Barry, but I put away childish things. People, as you get older, they know what is appropriate. There is no way you're going to come to church as a seasoned Christian, listen to what I'm saying now, in a mesh, see-through, undergarment showing everything, and the explanation is going to be, I am here to hear the word. That is unacceptable. I tell you already, when it comes on to simple, up at the embassy, when they're lining up, they're not going like that. And they're not going to hear any word, apart from to answer some questions and get the documents. They're not doing it. And even police stations, courts, all of those things, they're not able to even go in like that. So I believe the respect that we should put on, and it's not just the temple itself, is the creator. And yes, we know that we came into the world without anything. But if you look around, you realize that people who are going into these places, any different religion and all of those things, the respect that is put on that place, we're losing it now as Christians. That's just my take.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And persons try to use the Bible to contradict their wrongs, like to just justify.
And Jamaicans will love to render your heart and not your garment. But that is a whole other thing for a whole other time. Yeah. Because it says, rend as in tear.
Mm-hmm.
Be heartbroken, be, remorseful, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And don't just tear your garment as a symbol to say you're heartbroken, but it should mean something from your core. But anyway, I know that we come about tonight. Me no want, yes.
But Anisha said that you come correct or you will be dismissed. It's the same if you go to certain workplace, especially in the army. You think you can go to them place even though they have uniform. Yeah. So you can't even alter your uniform either to say, you're a hot girl, you're going to tie up your chest or whatever. You have to conform into what they want. So
Barry, you know why I can't agree with you with that one? There's so many things happening in this world now. There's Shein that I hear everybody talking about.
Thrifting.
There are thrift stores all over the place.
You can wear black only and change your top.
Yeah, people will do what they value. Barry.
Yes.
And you'll find the same person who says they cannot afford something, affording it for another occasion. But because priority is not placed on this part of your life, you cannot afford it. It is better for me to get something that is thrifted or something that is on Shein that represents respect. And that is something that we're losing these days, than to go certain ways. It better me not go. That's just me. But again, we tell you, I'm quite conventional. I'm quite,
And DBC saying you can't afford clothes, but you sure have a
Thank you.
Yeah, it's right. Priority.
And I always tell people,
priority. Straight.
Always have a dress or an outfit for interviews, and that same outfit for interviews because it should be appropriate enough to wear to church. Should be, you understand? So those things, even if you have other things in your wardrobe, always have something that you can wear for an interview. I mean, these days people are on TikTok and they're on different things making money, but at the same time, if you're a 9-to-5 like myself and KC, who, we do have jobs, always have something appropriate that you can pull on at any time.
Right. So Barry's saying the same. He's agreeing with us. And he's also from old school where we had to dress right. Yeah. But it's just a change.
Yeah. And then they'll give it a prayer cloth or something. But people nowadays, if they do it again, it's the same. Everybody is saying it's almost like the word judgment now comes into play so much, and it is not guiding and it's not correcting in love. It is not showing you the right thing. It's just, you're judging. That's it. And it has such a negative connotation to it that people don't want to be labeled as judging.
Right. Gaslighting immediately. Yeah. And the worst part of it is that, and you say you're a Christian. Yeah. Alright, so
yes, DBC. Yeah, man. Once you can dress for that interview, definitely have a church outfit.
Yeah, definitely. So I thank you guys for spending the time with us. I have a few
more questions
in here. I'm just going to finish them and then we will end the live, okay?
Yeah, this is quite interesting, don't you think?
Alright.
Let me see what you asked, go on.
If you should dance or sing, which would you do?
I see T commenting. Yeah, man. And I think people are afraid to say, judge, because they're going to be like, you're judging me. But we have a responsibility. And the responsibility is not a baby responsibility. You know what I mean? You say, no, what is it? If I should what and what?
Really, why he said that is because you kind of, what's that?
Are interviewing for
the Yes. Yeah, so we're just going to wrap up. Persons who are just coming on, please remember to tap the screen twice on the cell phone to like the live. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, you can check us out, and if you like what you see, you can subscribe. And also, if you're using your computer, you can just click the icon. So we're just going through the last a few questions in our gift bag. It is titled Grab and Go. That's the name of this segment, Grab and Go.
So the question was what again?
If you should dance or sing, which would you do?
I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna shout. A joke. But yeah, I would much prefer to sing. I'm not the best singer. I have an alto that you can write home about. I always say that. Because I love harmony. Love, 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 love. I can dance. You see, I was a part of a folk group. And thank goodness for those long skirts that would touch the ground. Because my feet were doing something completely different underneath that boy. But, you know, I would definitely sing. What about you?
I would dance. Yeah.
Okay.
I would dance. As I can't sing. Alright. So, what or who motivates you the most?
So, I would think my family. I am motivated to make my parents smile, to make them proud, to make them see that their hard work paid off, you know, to make them see that we're past the worst, and the principles and the guidance that they provided, I took it and I added onto it. Mind you, not every week. I don't think I can be my mom in terms of like her, certain things. She just loves certain things. The kitchen is one of them. Her place being extremely tidy is one of them. She's very big on getting guests, very hospitable, all of those things. And I love those things. But I'm motivated to make my family proud and to be able to do things. So I am intrinsically motivated, of course, because I'm driven. I'm a driven person, have been, and I think I'll continue to be that way. So I motivate myself, but I'm also motivated, one, because I want my family to be proud, and also because I want to make a positive impact. So the people that I come across, I want to be able to, impact them in a positive way.
Yeah, I would say the same. More so just being an example for my son. He's growing up to be a young man, a good citizen a good citizen. And I would want him, it's a beautiful thing as VC mentioned that, our parents would have instilled certain values and morals in us, and we can now say, yes, I've accepted this, I am doing this. I'm motivated that way to just continue on that journey so that the younger ones can, go accordingly. So, so each time I'm reminded, you have somebody looking out for you, kind of thing. And they are very quick to say, but mommy, you did this, so why can't I do that? That kind of way. I have to be on my P's and Q's there.
Oh, thank you guys so much in the chat.
And the last question, I believe.
BBC, thank you.
Yes, the BBC. Guys, if you're not familiar, DBC is serving God's people. So if you have not yet gone to that channel, you can do so. Serving God's people. And the last question, look at it. We were just talking about that. What is your denomination?
Oh, oh yeah, that was quite an interesting discussion. It's funny because I know. So what I'm going to be talking about now is almost like the Baptist church in the US, right? It's the vibe, the clapping hands, all of that. So I got baptized in the Church of God. They would call it Pentecostal. I currently go to a church that it's a denomination, but it's not so much of a denomination. I think it's a combination of all of them together. So at my church, whereas my former church, you're expected to wear hats and you're expected to dress a certain way. This church, you'll find some people in hats, some people shouting hallelujah, some people not. It's just a combination. But for me, I have lived. And I have friends who are apostolic, who are Baptists, who are Jehovah's Witnesses, who are Seventh-day Adventists, from all over. But I just think that we can all learn from each other and grow. And the important thing is that we share the message that God loves you. He sent his son to die for you. And that is a whole other discussion too, because so many people have so many other things to say, but I'm contented in the fact that I'm a Christian.
Likewise. And at the end, I always say this to myself, we all have so many denominations out there, but at the end, it's just one heaven. Like when we go there, we're going to see all of us who make it to heaven there. And you're going to say, oh, but I was a Seventh-day, or I was a Baptist, or I was a Jehovah's Witness and all. But we're all going to be one place. Well, why do we fight and batter each other here like that on earth to say, I'm the right church, or, you're not doing this and you're not doing that and all of that. The ultimate thing is that we are going one place.
True, but I think it goes back, it boils down to at our core personality. So even, you have some people say David liked music. Some people like different things. And even during the time when we had Jesus walking, you had Pharisees, Sadducees. There are different sects, like SECTS, folks, of the same thing. So it's Judaism, but it's the same. They have slightly different core beliefs. So that is it. I think it boils down to personality and how we interpret. But again, at the core, the focus should be telling people about God, and not focusing on, because if we focus so much on who is right and who is wrong, souls are going to be lost left, right, and center. And I don't think God would be pleased with that. So that's my take.
Okay, great. All right, so I trust that you all would have learned something about KC and VC.
Yes.
And we appreciate you spending your time here with us. We have been here for almost 2 hours.
I cherish church. Well, let me pick up some people.
So
the
yes, so
chat
the chat. Okay, so we can do that before.
Yes, so I'll do 2 and you'll do 2. So I cherish church. Thank you for stopping by. We're speaking those things that are not as though they were. Right? Stephen and Dione, I caught a little of your live this afternoon. You were cooking and stuff together. I like that family vibe.
I'm not aware of Stephen and
so you have to go check it out. I think it's Miss. So she has Miss Dione, but this is her and her husband, like a family channel together. So I'll send it to you.
Okay.
So you can go now. So you have Tommy.
Okay, so I can't see. That joke. So you're going down. All right. So Tommy, thank you so much for that, Ephraim. Thank you so much for joining and sharing your input. I said DBC, otherwise serving God's people. Thank you for your time. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for your questions. I hope you learned something about us as well, and I hope that you will work on your journey in coming to the Caribbean. All right. Tanisha Tomlinson, thank you so much. She's somebody that we are familiar with, and it's good to see family, helping us on the journey. So these are the things we live for, making memories and supporting each other. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. You could have used your time to do so many other things, but you took the time out to be here with us this evening. We don't take these things for granted.
All right, so we have Lashana, success. We have Barry, walking exercise for your health. So Lashana and Barry have contributed to a big part of where I'm going in the future God's Spirit life. I'm more conscious of what I eat, and I'm more focused on getting my steps in. So thank you both for that. Anisha, thank you for stopping by. You know, I always check you out. I love food reviews because you know I'm a foodie as well. The last one that you were doing with the sushi, I was like, I remember you being concerned about the fact that, oh, is it too spicy? And I was like, if you can manage Jamaican spice, you should be fine. But thanks for popping in. And everyone else, if we missed anybody in the chat, thank you so much for popping in. Thank you for spending your time. You've asked for it, folks. We tried to deliver. So if you have any questions before we go, feel free to, drop it in the comments. But yeah, it was good hanging with you all.
Did you enjoy? Did you guys enjoy the long awaiting duo? Duo. Hear me? You can just put it in the chat. I love that you're doing more lives. Okay.
Thank you, Anisha.
Yeah, just put it in the chat. That's a way. That's also a way of motivating us.
Oh yeah.
Hearing the feedbacks and the comments. So if you had enjoyed this live, you can just let us know.
Yeah, serving God's people say yes. Stephen and Dion is very inspirational.
Yes. Okay.
Here you go. I'm sharing that with you so you can look.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lashana. It definitely is here. I cherish church. I'm not sure if you. So when it started, we were talking about, because as Christians, we always have to touch on something about God.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about, speaking things that are not as though they were. One of them being that I'm going to be traveling a lot, and I'm the monetization. I think that was, so I might do a video from that in future.
And also yesterday I cherished church. That was something I spoke about on my live. What you are doing for us in the community with the prayer wall and stuff is something that I appreciate. There is no value or monetary value we can put on what you are doing for us in praying for us daily. And just to acknowledge us. There are so many people out there, but you took it in your interest to do that for us, and that's something I really, really appreciate. I appreciate it to the core. Yeah, I said it yesterday, but I don't believe that you were there. Right, so here to serve. Yes, and we really appreciate you doing that for us, and we can do that, intercede for each other as we continue our journey. So the floor is yours. Any other questions for us before we go? I know that some persons have work to go tomorrow. Some persons came from work. Some persons have other errands to run and all of that. It's past some persons' bedtime. But they're still here. So if you have any, don't remind. If you have any questions, you can let us know, or just write it in the chat. Give them 2 minutes to do that. Right. So how was life growing up with VC and KC? That's something we'll end with as young girls. Growing up.
Want to start? You tell me. You tell me.
Growing up, I can give you a story about VC. VC was a very malicious sister.
Yes.
Very malicious and spiteful. And sometimes she used to like to pick at me, we used to fight sometimes. Sisters and fight. But yes, we used to do that. One thing, case in point, VC is the bigger one, so she normally has our lunch money. So what she normally does is to go to school, when it's lunchtime, we have to wait on her to give us lunch and all of that. She, what she do? Buy us pure cornbread and box juice. Pure cornbread and box juice. And when you look, she eat box food. Or she go buy fritters and all of that. So when you look at those, I know that she's not that way, she is, more tender and all. But growing up,
acting up, boy.
Take of that now, when I see cornbread, I just turn the other way. I don't want no cornbread, so
Oh,
that's
dear Madeline, thank you, Sister King, for joining. Yeah, man. I was the look here. I was the worst, and we laugh about it now.
yes.
So my siblings don't want to see cornbread. I don't know what it was. There was a teacher who used to sell donuts. You see how long I had this sweet tooth? I'm changing my life though. So she used to sell donuts and break time. That time, you see your life change because now I'm better with budgeting, money management, all of that. Them time then, I was never that person, trust me. So I would spend off most of the money in break time and then I couldn't afford to buy them. So it was three of us at the time, my other two sisters. And I couldn't afford to buy them. And if one day I was able to buy them like a hot dog or something, no drinks.
So that was our torture. So to date, even my other sister, she don't want no cornbread. Don't even say corn. We don't want it because all our life in school, at that time we just appraised her because she was ahead of us. For her to go.
But God,
let us control our own money. Yeah.
Grace. And that is why you see, growth, we have to allow people to grow. Because I would never do that now.
Yeah.
Never. And we have to be mindful that the same way we are able to grow, we have to give people the grace and say maybe they're not the same. We can more than do that now. We laugh now. I mean, the other day I bought cornbread. I think it was Miss Birdie. And I'm like, this tastes good. Initially, they don't want to try it. They're like, no, nothing named cornbread we don't want to see. But yeah, I was definitely, and I own that. I was not the best big sister back in the day, but I have definitely changed.
Yeah, so that's the ending icebreaker. I know for me, well, we can talk about myself, but me know my fault. I know, I know. So I'll turn it into dressing. What's that? I church. Turn it into the cornbread.
And it's funny. The cornbread here is different. I think they would like the cornbread in the US I Cherish Church. It's more cakey and more like, I like it with gravy and stuff, but yeah, they have a bad, it's attached to a bad memory, I think, for them.
Okay.
We'll try to do it again, Barry.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll try. Alright, I can speak about myself now and then we'll end because for us, we still not going to do it the same. You know? So one thing, that in earlier we asked about who eat the most, yeah?
Definitely. Let me hear this story now.
KC, they don't eat a lot. I used to eat a lot and I was bigger than this, even as a child. So when they don't eat, like, I can't fathom that. Why are you going to eat and leave a small portion in your plate? No, so that just have to eat. Like when they eat and leave a small portion, I just wait for them to put it down and say, no, my belly full. At the end, like later in the night, I just go and box that up. They come and say, who ate my food? They don't. But I can't, even though I can't deal with it. Like you're eating and you're leaving a small portion in your plate. So that's not something that I like to see.
Your food, no leftovers were safe with Casey around. Yeah. And it's funny because even now when she cooks, if you say, okay, I'm done, I'm full, why are you leaving that on your plate? Like, because I'm full. But
who does that?
I do. But yeah.
Anyway, so that's it for our live. It reconnected to,
But that's fine.
Yeah, so thank you so much for taking the time out to vibe with us, to keep our company, to learn more about us. I hope that you would have learned and understand a little more about us. And if you have siblings, that's something that you can consider doing. I mean, when we do these things, we are still learning about each other. And when we should go, because we all have to go. These are the things that we would
Look
take
back on.
dear to our hearts as well. And if you have siblings, please ensure that you try to create a holistic environment with them and try to live good and do good to them as well. So, well, that's it from me. And remember to inspire someone each day as you go along. Don't take it for granted. The simplest things can impact their lives.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next parish.
Bye.